Break the board, sports. It's NFL Week 14. Man, this NFL season has flown by on us. Been an exciting year, but now starting to tighten up. A little bit of a Maylock smasher now. We get down to the end here. Then we got two matchups I'm focusing on, going to break down. Colts, Jaguars, Bengals, Bills. Both these games betting myself. Like both of these games a lot. Click that like, hit subscribe. Check out all of our content. Check out the college football stuff we got going on. Championship weekend. So excited about that. Kicks off tonight. Again, click that like, hit subscribe. Let's hop into Indianapolis Colts, Jacksonville Jaguars. And this one perplexes me a little bit. Now, the Colts are laying 1.5 in Jacksonville. You're over under 47.5. Now, 52% ticket handle, 90%, 52% ticket count, 90% of the handle to the under, 48% ticket count, 10% of the handle to the over here. But I want to focus on this spread. Colts laying 1.5 here in Jacksonville. Again, 56% of the ticket count, 58% of the handle. Jaguars, 44% of ticket count, 42% of handle for them. Now, how did we get here? These two teams tied atop the AFC South. Technically, the Jaguars are in first with the tiebreaker. Both teams are 8-4. Both teams are 7-4-1 ATS. But the bugaboo for the Colts that showed up has been the road. Colts are just 2-3 on the road compared to Jacksonville, 4-2. Colts have lost 3 of their last 4 games. Started out so hot, but now you got the break in the leg there for Daniel Jones. I also think, regardless if the leg wasn't hurt, he showed up to be Daniel Jones. And listen, the Colts, if you can slow down Jonathan Taylor, you're not going to stop him. Best back in the league. Got so much respect for him. But if you can slow him down, the Colts turn into a completely different team. And I mean an absolute completely different team. Though they've lost 3 of their last 4, all of them have been close. Most games in the NFL come down the last 2 minutes anyway. Lost by 4 to Houston last week. They had every opportunity to win that game. Lost by 3 to Kansas City the week before. Jacksonville, on the other hand, they're riding a 3-game winning streak, but it's not all that impressive. They did beat up the Chargers 35-6, but then the Cardinals and the Titans, really no resistance there. They lost to Houston by 7. They beat Kansas City by 3. So if you're looking for comparables between each of these two teams. Now, last year, Colts got the win in overtime in Indianapolis, 26-23. Jacksonville, 6 of the last 10 have went their way, though. When you dive into the last 10 games as a home underdog, Jaguars just 3-7 straight up, but 5-4-1 against the number. And their last 10 games as a home dog, Jacksonville has played to the under 7 of those 10. Now, straight up as a road favorite, which the Colts are in laying the 1.5, 5-5 straight up, 4-6 ATS, split out on the over-under there as well when they match up into this. The other thing I want to touch on here is when you look at Jacksonville, obviously they're playing really good football, really, really good. Trevor Lawrence is cutting down on the mistakes. That makes all the difference in the world for them and what they're trying to accomplish. Now, on the road, Colts, 3rd best offense, 27.8 points per game. Jacksonville at home, 8th best defense in the National Football League, giving up 18.17 points per game. Jacksonville's offense only averaging 21.3 points per game, so about 6 less than the Colts are on the road. But the Colts are giving up way more on defense, 24.20. So the line's right where it should be almost. And I say almost mainly because of the fact of this having the Colts 1.5-point favorite. They don't deserve to be a favored on the road right now. They just don't. They're 9-4 straight up their last 13, but they're 2-5 on the road. So you got a team that's 2-5 on the road, and they're 1-5 ATS their last 6 in December. That's where you flip over the Jacksonville Jaguars, 4-1 over their last 5. They shouldn't be the favorite. If anything, Jacksonville should be a 1.5-point favorite. That's actually where I had Jacksonville was at -1 when I did my power rankings and my opening lines. Jacksonville's played to the under 6 of their last 7 home games. But here's the tale that really tells it all for me. Colts are a 1.5-point favorite, but like what I just said, 2-5 straight up their last 7 on the road. They've dropped 2 in a row. They got the injury to Jones. And check this out. The Jacksonville Jaguars in Jacksonville have beaten the Colts 9 straight times, and they're 9-2 ATS the last 11 versus the Colts, and 5-2 straight up the last 7 overall. Give me Jacksonville plus 1.5. Also, little tease, no pun intended, for a teaser play this week. One of my 7-point teasers, I had the Jacksonville Jaguars plus 8.5. Yes, I play 7-point teasers. If you watch shows before, you understand why. But we get through another key number of 8. Jacksonville plus 8.5 this week with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers minus 1.5. That's my Florida 7-point teaser, double unit on that. But I like the Jags single unit play plus 1.5. You got a team that's never beat a team in the last 9 meetings in Jacksonville, and they're favored and they're reeling. Again, I said this. Patriots, they've kept going, but the schedule for the Patriots and who they've played has helped this. But I think you're already seeing regression with the Colts. I think you're going to see regression with the Broncos. I've said this all along. Patriots, Broncos, Colts. Tell me you see any of those 3 teams in the Super Bowl. I just can't. I just can't see them beating a Josh Allen as bad as the Bills are playing right now. I can't see them if a Mahomes gets in the playoffs or a Burrow gets in the playoffs. I just don't see the cachet from these other teams to beat them. But going back to this game, love Jacksonville plus 1.5. Let's hop into the other one. In this game, like a lot, Cincinnati Bengals, it's 5.5. Now there's a 6 that's popped up there offshore. 53.5 is the total, 66% ticket count, 74% of the handle going to the Cincinnati Bengals, 34% ticket count, 26% of the handle going to the Buffalo Bills. When you look at the spread, Bengals, very popular, trendy kind of dog here, 63% ticket count, 79% of the money, 37% ticket count, 21% of the handle is on the Buffalo Bills in this matchup. Now, if you look over last 10 at home for the Buffalo Bills, and now the Bills, they've been a precarious situation. All right. First of all, they asked Josh Allen to do everything. I've went on rampages about that over the last year and a half. But listen, the Bengals now, you get Higgins back. I'm not saying that the Bengals they have to win the North to get this done. But Pittsburgh's a dead team to me, and Baltimore just does not look right. Just does not look right. Kudos, Damian Woody over there at ESPN. He was saying, Lamar hurt. He's not healthy. Maybe that's the case. But, this Ravens team just looks a mess. So the Bengals, it's very simple. They're in playoff mode. They got to win out. Buffalo's actually in playoff mode as well. They're 8-4, but they're set on the outside of the playoffs. Now, Buffalo is 5-1 at home. Orchard Park, that's the place they love to play. Bengals 2-4 straight up. Despite the 8-4 record, the Bills are just 6-6 against the number. Again, Joe Burrow just came back, stopped the 4-game slide, beat up the Ravens 32-14 there on Thanksgiving. Buffalo got back in the winning circle, beat Pittsburgh 26-7. Now the Bills laying 5.5 or 6, depending where you shop for your shoes. These 2 teams played 2 years ago. Bengals won both of those, and Bengals have won 3 of the last 4 and 5 of the last 7 matchups against the Buffalo Bills. So Burrow's had the upper hand there on Josh Allen. When you look here, I think the biggest thing for me is I'm looking at Buffalo and I'm saying, all right, that defense, Sean McDermott, come on, you got to give me something. Got to give me something. That defense has got to slow Burrow and company down. Now, the one good thing is Bengals, their last 10 road games as a dog, 2-8 straight up. Buffalo, their last 10 games as a home favorite, 8-2 straight up, 5-5 ATS. So that bodes well for the Buffalo Bills in that scenario. When you look at the other part of it and you dive into some trends, we talked about Cincinnati just 2-8 their last 10, but that doesn't matter because now Joe Burrow's back. What does matter is they're 6-2 straight up the last 8 versus the Bills. They're 5-1 against the spread the last 6 versus the Buffalo Bills. Now, on the road, though, straight up in Buffalo, Bengals are only 3-7 straight up the last 10 in Buffalo. So that, even though they've beat Buffalo 6 of the last 8, when they've been in Buffalo, hasn't really helped. Buffalo is also 15-1 their last 16 games at home, so they've been extremely, extremely tough. Buffalo 4-1 ATS versus AFC North opponents. I love the Bengals +6 here. Maybe I'm a sucker. Maybe I'm just such a Joe Burrow lover, but listen, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take the Cincinnati Bengals +6. The other thing I'm going to do here is I love 10-point teasers. Again, check out our teaser show. I'll give you a little tease to that. 10-point teaser. Give me the Bengals +15.5. Give me the Chargers on Monday night +12.5. And give me the Tennessee Titans +14.5. 2 touchdowns for the Browns. That's way too much. I like that. Again, Bengals +6, Jaguars +1.5. Jaguars 7-point teaser +8.5 with the Bucks -1.5. Click that like, hit subscribe. Break the Board Sports, where we help you become a better handicapper. God bless and happy handicapping.